Hello, hello. All right, guys, it is time for another box unveiling. Wow, that was really high pitched. Sorry. Another box unveiling. This is the fourth box I've done, and this one is for Candy Club. Now, this is a more expensive subscription. It's $34 a month. I got this introductory box for $5.99 to try it. You do get a lot for your money, though. This is a pretty decent size box. One thing I'm noticing is that the subscription companies put a lot of thought into the design of their boxes. And I do mean a lot of thought. This one is one of the more plainer boxes on the outside, and I do have a confession to make. I did open this box when I got it, and munched some of the saltwater taffy. It has been a little bit of an interesting week. Also, by the way, if you notice any clutter in the background, it's because we are moving, so my filming setup is about to change quite a bit. But for now, I've got this makeshift situation going. Anyway, so the outside's really cute with the little blue cherries and whatnot. So, like I said, the outside's a little bit more on the plain side, but then when you open it, it's a very pretty shade of blue. And as you can see, it says, curated just for you, stay sweet, the Candy Club team. And it's got all the social media. And then inside, the first thing you see when you open it is, like with all the other boxes, a card. This one gives you a breakdown. So you've got the Super Power Wild Cherry Belts, or the Sour Power Wild Cherry Belts. And then you've got the Gummy Butterflies. And then the weird one on here that I'm not sure how I feel about is the Cherry Chicken Feet. It's a little interesting. And then there's also saltwater taffy in here. Also on the bottom, you can see, again, the social media. And then on the back, which I really like with the ones that come with food, candy, or snacks, on the back, you've got all the nutritional facts. And that is pretty important because you really need, especially with candy, like a little goes a long way. So, with the cherry belts, 5 pieces is the serving size. Gummy butterflies, 16 pieces are the serving size. The chicken feet, 7. And then the candy toffee, 7 as well. So having this information is really important, and I really do like that about this. Now, the Candy Club boxes, there are 3 different ones. There is the sweet, for people who just like the really, sweet candy. There's the sour for the people who like the pucker up sour candy. And then there's the mix box. Now, I wanted to kind of get an idea of what all they had. And also the candy doesn't stay the same from month to month. But I wanted to get an idea of what their idea of sweet and sour was. So since I'm a fan of both, I got the mix box just, to get an idea. I do have to admit, I am a little disappointed because there's only one sour item in here and everything else is sweet. Now, people, you're probably wondering, okay, well, why is there no chocolate? Chocolate, especially during the summer, does not ship well. So it makes sense that they have gummies in here and toffees. Toffee and gummy tend to ship better. So for the quality of the product, I imagine that's why they're sticking to gummies and hard candies and toffees, because they will ship better than anything else. Now, when you open the box, as you can see, I was actually rather impressed with the presentation. These are the saltwater taffies, and they're just free about in there, which is fine because they're individually wrapped, so it's not that big of a deal. And saltwater taffy it ships well no matter what you do. So this is one of the cotton candy saltwater taffies, and I've already had one of these, and yes, they very much taste like cotton candy. It's very nice, and they're not overly salty, which is a problem that saltwater taffy can have sometimes if they put too much salt into the mix. So it's got that nice sweet and salty mix. I happen to be a huge fan of saltwater taffy simply because I grew up in California and, going to Bodega Bay and things of that nature. Saltwater taffy was always kind of a staple. Most of the states, the coastal states, saltwater taffy is kind of a thing. I know North Carolina, which I've also lived in North Carolina, they like saltwater taffy as well, but their saltwater taffy is different. This is more of a West Coast saltwater taffy, but still very good. And then in here, I do like the way they secured the candy. I like the fact that it doesn't clink together. I like the fact that you very much can tell which candy is which candy. And I like the fact that they're not just in plastic bags, but that there was some real thought put into this presentation. So, firstly, and there we go. Firstly, we've got the gummy butterflies. I'm not going to lie, I've had these gummy butterflies before. They are absolutely delicious. Before I started dieting, I tore through a bag of these in like 2 seconds flat. So this is pretty welcome because I know this product and it's yummy, but at the same time, because I know this product, I was hoping that we'd get something different. But even then, you've got the branding, where it's from, and it's a pretty sturdy plastic container. This is something that actually could be reusable. So on that note, it's kind of nice because it's not just a throw away the container later. And it's very well branded. It's got the Candy Club and then the candyclub.com. And, this would be a nice gift for somebody as well. So I happen to have a minor gummy addiction, so for me, this is pretty cool. The other thing about it is it's just nice to see how much thought went into it. Because sometimes subscriptions clubs will just, send them all in like a plastic bag or something like this. You can tell that the candy's been bought in bulk, and you can tell that they package it in individually. There's just a little bit more care with this, and I like that. So that was the gummy butterflies. Right here is the sour cherry belts. So, and these pretty much look like run-of-the-mill sour cherry belts. So they should be fairly sour. Sour belts are not. I've been kind of disappointed with sour belts in the past because they don't give you that good pucker that I look for in sour candy. So we'll have to try this and see just how sour it actually is. But still, I mean, it looks pretty good. And again, you've got all the basic information. Another thing is the seal is vacuum. It's a shrink wrap seal. So they've got a really good seal going on, and it looks fairly airtight. So that's telling me that the candy inside shouldn't be stale when you open it. Now, a lot of people don't realize that candy, especially something like gummy candies, can go sour or can go stale very quickly. And once they go stale, they don't taste very good. Example, if you've ever bought a thing of Sour Patch Kids and you went to bite into one and it was hard as a rock, that's a stale piece of candy. And it doesn't taste good at all. And it's hard to chew. So I am happy with that factor as well, because you can see with the shrink wrapping that it's, there's not a lot of room for it to wiggle. It's, it's pretty well packaged. So that's another piece of good news. And then here are the cherry chicken feet. In the description, it says they look exactly like the real thing. And, they held up to their claim pretty well. These really do look like chicken feet. I'm not sure what the market for chicken feet shaped gummies would be, but they're cute in kind of a weird way. So actually, I'm going to open this one just because I want to see like the full shape of them, because they're hard to tell with the with it like packed. Hold on, let me get this open. There we go. Okay, so another thing is it's got a nice little pop top, so it kind of seals back up like a paint can. And again, that goes back to the airtight finish that you want, so that way your candy doesn't go stale. So this is really good as far as that goes. And then let's look at this. The description wasn't lying. That is a chicken foot. It really, really looks like a legit chicken foot. It's adorable, but slightly disturbing at the same time. And then I'm kind of curious how it tastes, so I'm going to try one. I'm not really big on eating on camera, but I really want to try this, so. Well, the good news is they do not taste like chicken feet. And it's actually a nice, it's like a mixture between a wild cherry and a sour cherry. So it's sweet, but then it's got a sour zing to it. So, and the description doesn't actually say that it's sour at all, but it does say it's got a chewy fruit taste. So, yeah, that's actually a welcome surprise. So, in truth, this one, the belts are sour. This is semi-sour, so you've got that sour zing, and then you've got the butterflies, which are going to be 100% sweet, and then you've got the saltwater toffee, which is also going to be very sweet as well. So, in reality, it's actually kind of a 50-50 mix. So, trying these, I'm actually quite happy to find out that these have that sour zing to them. So that was a nice surprise. Actually, those are pretty good, even if they are shaped like chicken feet. And then, yeah, that seal's nice. And then the rest of the box is pretty run-of-the-mill. Packaging-wise, I'm not going to lie, this does waste quite a bit of box space. So, the environmental people may be a little disappointed with that, because it's not very environmentally friendly. But at the same time, there's a certain level of necessity to that, because you don't want these containers, bopping around all over the place and popping open and etc. So, for this type of subscription box, it's kind of a necessary evil. But all in all, if you would go to the candy store, like a bulk candy store, like here in Lawton, where I'm at, they have store called Candyopolis, or, you know, just any of those bulk candy stores, this amount of candy would cost you a pretty penny. Bulk candy, depending on what type, can be quite expensive. So as terms of, is it worth the money? I'll say in this case, yes, it is worth the money. Because if you look at the retail value on these, it's gonna be close to, if not more, than what you paid for the subscription box. Now, candyclub.com is a monthly subscription box. It's just like the rest of them. You can order month to month. You can order 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Another nice thing is you don't have to have the same type of candy every time. So if you want sweet 1 month, sour the next month, or you feel like a mix 1 month, you can go in there and you can change up the type you want. I don't know if it's true for the 12 month, but I know the month to month you can change. So all in all, it's worth its money. And for people who are in the more rural areas where it's hard to get to candy shops and things like that, this is definitely something I would think about, checking into. Just because simply put, it makes things more convenient for you. So that's the review on this one. I'm very happy with the subscription boxes I've gotten so far. If you like these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys with my next review. Have a good day.